So I wanted to take a few minutes with this video to talk about 5 interesting PlayStation 5 stories, and if you could hit that like button on the video, thank you to those that do it, and as always, it's very much appreciated. Now the stories I wanted to talk about today includes PlayStation 5 games going to Xbox, a major issue with PlayStation Network according to reports, GT7 going to PC, Call of Duty landing on PlayStation Plus, and Spider-Man 2 news possibly today. First, yes or no, would you be fine if PlayStation games landed on Xbox years later or not? This relates to one of the stories we're going to go over today, and I'm wondering where you guys land on this topic. For me personally, I wouldn't want that. Exclusives are great for competition, but of course, that's just me. What about you guys? So yes or no, would you be fine with PlayStation games going over to Xbox years later or not? Let me know down in the comments below. Now diving into the first story of the video, GT7 going to PC. Reading from GT Planet is here in Monaco for the Gran Turismo World Finals and Gran Turismo's 25th anniversary event, and we had the chance to sit down with GT Series creator Kazunori Yamauchi. A lot has happened since we last spoke to Yamauchi-san, and one of the more interesting developments in the industry is the release of titles from major first-party PlayStation studios on the PC. Naturally, this has led many to speculate if Polyphony Digital's Gran Turismo series could also be making the jump, and we were curious to ask Yamauchi-san if that was something he would consider. He said, yes, I do think so, but there are some caveats. Gran Turismo is a very finely tuned title. Yamauchi-san explained there are not many platforms which could run the game in 4K 60 natively, so one way we make that possible is to narrow down the platform. It's not a very easy subject, but of course we are looking into it and considering it. So there you have it. I'm not really surprised here, especially since it's mentioned on the Nvidia leak, which has been pretty much very accurate at this point. Even without that, it makes sense for GT7 now that it's going for the live platform approach to land on PC to, of course, increase that player base. No information on when this could happen. Now, diving into the second story of the video, PlayStation 5 games on Xbox. Reading from Tweaktown, Sony's latest response to the Microsoft Activision merger reveals interesting new information. Sony tells UK regulator body the CMA that Microsoft will not allow PlayStation Plus on Xbox, which presumably means the company tried to offer its subscription service on Microsoft's ecosystem. Here's the specific excerpt from Sony's CMA response. Third, Microsoft argues that demand for multi-game subscription services would not tip towards Game Pass because Microsoft would also make Game Pass available on PlayStation, but the wider availability of the leader provider, Game Pass, now endowed with exclusive irreplaceable content and protected by direct and indirect network effects, would make it harder, not easier, for rival multi-game subscription services to compete. Microsoft stands that Game Pass availability on PlayStation would be a panacea for the harm from this transaction rings particularly hollow given that Microsoft does not permit PlayStation Plus to be available on Xbox. So this was interesting to read. Microsoft won't allow PlayStation Plus on Xbox. It makes total sense to me and has already before this news. It's the same with Game Pass on PlayStation. People on the PlayStation side even argue for Game Pass on PlayStation but miss the big picture. Subscription services will have a bigger role in the future. If Sony opened up its platform to Game Pass, that service will become the premier subscription service going forward and will only grow with the help of PlayStation themselves. Neither company wants to give the other the edge with subscription services by opening up their platform to the other's service. But you guys let me know if you'd subscribe to Game Pass if it came to PlayStation. Let me know down in the comments below. Now diving into the third story of the video, Call of Duty on PlayStation Plus. As part of the CMA investigation, Microsoft recently said this about Activision and Call of Duty games on subscription services. Activision has never published any newer content on multi-game subscription services and has no intention to do so in the future without the merger. Activision content would not be available on multi-game subscription services. The merger can therefore not make competitive conditions worse under any circumstances. Activision's ordinary course internal business documents as well as the sworn testimony of its executives has made clear that there are no plans to do so in the future absent the merger. Activision is concerned that participation in subscription services could impact its redacted and would lead to brand dilution and cannibalization of buy-to-play sales, especially of new releases. This reflects Activision's view that even if the subscription service business model were to grow, The redacted, that's what it says. This has been a fundamental impediment to publishers more generally agreeing to place their content on subscription services, a stance which is not going to change in the future. So the gist here is Activision won't make games available on subscription services without the merger. Why would they, considering the money they make? If the merger happens, the money focus becomes Microsoft's problem. They got to worry about making money off of Call of Duty. The line I want to focus on here is Microsoft saying the merger wouldn't make competitive conditions worse. How does this line make sense? Activision won't offer their games on subscription services without the merger happening. Therefore, the merger cannot make competitive conditions worse. Yes, it would if Call of Duty was on Game Pass every year. PS Plus wouldn't be able to compete as well and would need their own Call of Duty type game to that level on the service every year. Now diving into the fourth story of the video, Spider-Man 2 news. So this one is pretty quick. Tony Todd, the voice of Venom in Spider-Man 2, tweeted this out yesterday. Big creative news dropping tomorrow, stay tuned. Not only that, but he retweeted a reply that featured an image from the Spider-Man 2 trailer from last year. This points to something Spider-Man 2 related, but we'll see if anything happens today. Considering he tweeted this yesterday, today is the day that he's teasing. Could this be a showcase? Could this just be something else work related for him and not necessarily Spider-Man 2, which would hurt because I don't know why he retweeted the Spider-Man 2 trailer picture. But hopefully today at some point we'll find out. And now diving into the final story of the video, PSN game lock issue. Reading from PlayStation Lifestyle, if you're finding your PlayStation Plus games locked despite redeeming them prior to the service's revamp, then this might be why. Your PlayStation Plus Extra or Premium subscription overrode the game's essential license. The issue seems to be occurring for those who claimed a game via the basic PS Plus monthly games lineup, now called Essential, in the past and somehow redeemed a version of the game via their new PlayStation Plus Extra Premium subscription. The aforementioned issue was highlighted on Reddit after Greedfall left the PlayStation Plus Extra Premium catalog. Players who previously redeemed the game via PlayStation Plus December 2020 lineup and ended up redeeming it again via PlayStation Plus Extra unknowingly had their original license replaced. Since PlayStation Plus Extra and Premium games aren't yours to keep forever, once they leave the service, your access is revoked. So this is wild. One of the best perks of PlayStation Plus Essential games is that they're on your library forever, as long as you have the subservice, of course, as opposed to Extra and Premium games, which could leave at any point. I haven't checked if I've ran into this issue, but hopefully Sony notices and fixes this because people could be losing games as we speak. But you guys let me know if you've ran into this issue or not. Let me know down in the comments below. If you guys did enjoy this video, please hit that like button. As it always helps to subscribe if you're new. I got new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And now I'll check you guys out on the next one. And welcome back to the after show. This is the part of the video where we have a little fun down in the comments below. If you're old, welcome back. If you're new, welcome. For today's thing, what I want you guys to do is to body, obliterate, destroy, and overall harass the comment section with "It is a new week." I know we've said this before, but just with no PlayStation Showcase this year, I'm hopeful that we get something juicy this week like I did last week and probably will hope for next week as well. So if you're on that same boat, destroy the comment section with "It is a new week," and I'll definitely heart those comments like I always do because I appreciate everybody who stays to the end of my videos. And now I'll check you guys out on the next one.